I wanted to jump in on that, Mo, because this is where you're on something right. We know we need better quality football players. The reason why Garnacho missed that chance in front of goal, some will say it's because he's rubbish, and I get there's banter in that. I feel like that's an oversimplification and a very reductionist approach. What's rubbish about Garnacho right now? He can't handle the pressure of knowing that if he doesn't perform at Man United, he's being sold. These players are struggling under the pressure that's being put upon them to deliver. And we've fallen down in the league. And I'll keep the same energy when I spoke about Spurs. If they stick with big hands, they could get dragged into a relegation battle. Chelsea, when they were down, they found it hard to get out because no one signs to Tottenham, no one signs to Man United, no one signs to Chelsea with the thought process and the preparation that they may be in some type of relegation battle. You don't go into it and you don't mentally prepare yourself for that. That's what we're going through right now. And for me, I understand all the criticism people give to Ruben, but the reason why I throw it back and go, I want to hear solutions, and the reason why I'm annoyed, it's nothing to do with losing today. It's the same as when people speak to me about Ineos. Oh, they've got to go. I'm sick and tired of the low-hanging fruit. Oh, they've got to go. Great. I know that people want them out. What's the solution? When most people tell me what the Ineos have got to do to fix a club, they suggest things that are not allowed in the game. They suggest things that they're not allowed to do. So I sit there and go, I don't want to hear from people that don't have solutions on it because it's a boring conversation going over the same thing. United crap, sack manager, maybe the next one works. I'm bored of it and I am triggered by it. So I want to hear solutions. And for me, the mental issues at the club are a massive problem right now. And some will say, well, Amorim's got to work this out and find out who the players are that can handle it. The big question is, who are these guys? Who do we go to now? And the one thing I criticize him on today is that he didn't give the kids more of a chance. I felt 20 minutes to go, maybe 15 minutes to go, throw a few of them on and see what they can do. They can often surprise you in these moments. And I'd love to have seen it because I don't think they come on with any anxiety. I don't think young Obi comes on panicked, stressed, worried. He's going to go out there and have the time of his life for 15, 20 minutes. And the nervousness at the back for Spurs, he could have capitalized on that. The biggest reason being, no Spurs player knows anything about him, really. So those are the things I would criticize. That's how I think we fix the mentality by taking a few chances with some of these youngsters now between now and the end of the season. That's what I would personally do because there's no other options in terms of senior players. They're all now out injured. So you're not going to change their mentality.
But Terry, you know, when you talk about Garnacho, just really quickly, because we are being just like fallacious. When we're just going out there, we're just saying, yeah, he's rubbish. But okay, if you want to talk actual ball, his finishing's always been a problem. Whenever you see him strike the ball, he never strikes the ball good. I look at a lot of Manchester United players and forwards throughout the years that haven't been good ball strikers. I think you don't have good coaches around that team. Rashford could never strike the ball really good. And Garnacho, throughout his whole time, he seemed Rashford only
strike a ball.
Right, his finishing was never good. He would strike the ball, but he never finish it. He can never curl the ball. He can never choose the corner. He's just hitting as hard as he can. So when I mean, again, I think Garnacho needs coaching to help his finishing get better because you always expect him to miss his chance. When he had that chance,
so he's not rubbish. Then he's badly coached.
Well, I think that means he's a rubbish player.
No, again, but I think there's a distinction between I'm a
young
rubbish
player. So I'd give him grace. He needs a
distinction, George. There's a distinction. I'm a rubbish football player. You can't coach me to be better. Is Garnacho rubbish and that's it, or is he rubbish? Or hang on, let me finish so you understand what I'm saying. Or is he rubbish because Amorim's coaching him badly?
No, I think all young players, I give a lot of young players grace because they all can be coached until I'd say around 24, 25. That's when you are who you are at that age. You're not really going to get much better and you'd need an elite coach to really take you to the next level. But again, he's young. He can get better if he has a very good... If he went to Napoli, I think he would have been great coach under Antonio Conte. He knows how to get the best out of attackers.
George, would that...
KJ, one second. Pep didn't even teach Sterling how to strike a ball. And we're going to sit here and say...
He made him a good player. He made him a good player. He scored 20
goals. He didn't teach him how to strike a ball. What are we even doing here?
Would it just be, because he's at Napoli and Conte is a better coach and he gets better, getting better coach?
He is a better
coach. No. Let me finish. Garnacho being a better, say, finisher, would it just be down to, new coach, better coaching, he can score loads of goals? Or is it also him mentally, the weight of the club, the league that you're in, the amount of chances that you get to make mistakes?
I agree, because we would all say Conte is a better coach than Poch, but most of Spurs' players that played under Poch look worse under Conte than they did Poch.
No, not necessarily. If you watch Conte in his first season, he managed to get like the best out of the likes of Dyer, Davies, Lloris,
and then they
he
went
made them
back
look really good for an extended period of time. But because they are old players, naturally you can't take them beyond their peak. He made them perform above their level again for a good season. Amorim's not doing that. He's not making any of these players.
You can say that. You listen, and I understand that. I don't necessarily think it's Amorim's coaching. I think this is a lot to do with the pressures of being at Manchester United. Personally, I really, really do, because we saw Rashford have like one training session and look amazing when he came on against you guys last week against Aston Villa. And I don't believe one training session or two training sessions with Amorim and suddenly Rashford is back to his absolute peak. As good, not Amorim, Unai Emery. We all know that Manuel Pellegrini's a decent manager. Did well at City, but then he was a bust at West Ham. He's managing Antony, who's just had 2 La Liga man of the matches back to back. Is that because Manuel Pellegrini is a brilliant manager and a brilliant coach, or is that just because the shackles feel removed and the player feels a change is as good as a rest? I don't think it's as simple as just better coaching. I think there is part of that in there as well. I want to go to Kate. Kate's not spoken yet. Kate, what did you make of Tottenham today in your performance?
I can't believe, I've just got to put it out there and say, George, I can't believe you're coming with all this energy when we're sitting in 12th place. We're playing absolutely shite. We've had the most diabolical season.
You know me enough by now. Come on.
Come on. You've got to be a little bit humble. We scraped the win. I thought we deserved the win, but it still was a battle. The stats are very sort of similar. We were clinical. I thought Maddison made the difference today. Everyone's telling me to cook, but I'm not cooking anyone because I know what it's like. We're having a terrible season. I can't sit here and give it to Manchester United. They've been bad, but they've got 2 trophies in the last 2 seasons, and they're still in more cups than we are. I think you are. But anyway, look, we got the win. We did what we had to do. I thought Spence is turning into an absolutely fantastic little player. I always thought he would, and I think he was excellent today. Madder's very good in the first half. Bergvale good in the first half. I saw Jerome call out Tell. He's 19 years old and he's hardly had any football. And he's comparing him to Solanke, who's 27. Give the guy a break. Come on. He's got to bed into the team. I really think this kid's got potential. I really like the look of him. I
agree with Kate. I thought he was a bit of a menace today. His finishing was a little off, but overall, I thought he was a danger today.
Exactly. So I think if we had Solanke today, I think we would have won comfortably, to be perfectly honest, because I think Man United looked a bit all over the place. But then you could look at it the other way. You missed some chances as well. So it's just one of them games. I'm glad we won. We've moved to the heavy heights of 12th and you've gone down to 15th. It's not really anything to scream and shout and be that happy about, but we needed a win. The fan base needed it. And the protest, by all accounts, was a huge success as well. So all in all, it was a good day for Spurs, but I'm not going to give it.
I saw some videos actually from the protest, and a much bigger group of people turned out, and fair play to them. And look, I think Spurs fans should celebrate the win. I think they should. And this isn't even a dig. You've beaten Man United 3 times in one season. Genuinely, I don't even know if my dad was alive the last time that happened, and he was born in 1955.
Well, the last time we did a league double over you was 89-90 season.
Exactly. So Jules weren't balls. I get why George is loving it today, because this is one of the biggest achievements he's seen Tottenham ever. And I mean it. You've beaten the most.
I'm beating in 6, Terry. I'm being in 6. You haven't beat us for a few seasons. That's right. I know.
No, I agree. I agree. But
I think ever since we've been streaming, you've only beat us like once. It's tough, man. You're used to this energy from me. I know.
We have, and we won 2 trophies in that time, and you won nothing. But that's the reason why I know it means so much to you. As you say, like, you beating us in games is massive, and I understand. And that's not even a dig. It's huge. It was the same as Leyton Orient. That's why they celebrated after losing the City, because smaller clubs, when they get near or they beat bigger clubs, they go mad for it, mate. I get it. I really do. Let's do some of these super chats here about the game. This here from Jerome says, we lost 11 games when we finished 4th under Conte and shipped 60 plus goals.
5.
The players looked worse under Conte, is what Jerome says.
So Jerome, Angie's better than them. Angie's better coach than Conte. That's what Jerome is saying.
Arteta started pragmatic and turned it around. Well, everyone says he's quite pragmatic now, so I don't know. I hear your point. Welcome to the actual rebuild solution. Drop Rasmus, get healthy, make it to the summer, sign players that aren't punk bitches, have a preseason. Listen, I agree with you, Canadian Cam. I actually understand the criticism of what the things that have gone wrong. I think people are just ignoring the circumstances that we are in right now, and it's painful. United 4 points off fourth before Amorim joined with a freedom. Again, you've still not provided a solution. And the reason why a lot of you don't want to give your solutions is because you're scared of the criticism that your solution may get. Maybe the manager you suggest, maybe the formation or the players you design. It's a lot easier just to throw. I call it spaghetti throwing. I'm going to throw a lot of spaghetti at the wall and see if something sticks, as opposed to give an actual fully formulated opinion. Because it's a lot harder. Fair play to George. At least he did it. George did show the hypocrisy of energy shown when discussing different teams on here. I get it. Terry supports United, but it's funny to see. I can take it off George. I'm just giving it back at the same time. It's just the way it is. What I will say with George, it's nice to see him on here after a Spurs game, because normally you can't find him for love nor money.
That's not true. I'll come on here after a loss a few weeks ago. A few losses.
But you've lost 20 odd games this season. We've seen you once. I hear you, mate. No, it's all good fun. And we get heated sometimes, but that's the way it is. You can't handle the kitchen. Can't handle the heat. Fuck off. Terry, you make similar statements when it's Chelsea, but you get aggressive to pick. Well, I wasn't aggressive. It's two mates having a heated conversation.
The United fan.
George, I'm sorry I was aggressive, brother. Are you okay?
Terry,
you see me laughing, people. Come on.
This proves that you're not an Arsenal fan or a Chelsea fan or a Liverpool fan, because your energy is clearly different from Man United.
Yeah,
like
absolutely. The difference is as well, though, my friend. Of course, I've got a different feeling when it comes to my club. But you guys have sometimes seen me get angry on a lot of panel shows before and podcasts. And do you know what a lot of it is? And I tell and Mo will back this and Staffy, we do straight facts. A lot of the time, it isn't people's answers per se. It's like, this is for me, I look at it as such a reductive conversation. It's like, let's all say Rashford shit. It's like, that's just so boring to me. That's like the Sun newspaper. I want to know why, what the solutions are, who's a better replacement, where could he go? I want to get into the detail of the matter. That's what I'm more angry at than just sack the manager. I don't want to hear sack the manager. I want to hear why, what the solution is, who should come in, what should the formation be, how do we progress, will that work, do we have the money for it? That's a conversation. I hope that makes sense. George shouldn't be allowed on when Spurs win. It never shows up. No, he has been on when they lose. He has been on when they lose. 100%. I'll back George on that. And he talks with chest. He always does it with Man United. We're his cup final, mate. Us and Arsenal. Finishing above Arsenal and beating Man United, George would demand a parade. It's as simple as that. Could have been 4-0 either way. Main focus for me personally was the protest and the sheer number of people that brought into getting the pricks out. Listen, I agree with both parts of that. It really could have gone either way in that regard. Amorim